Hey guys, welcome back to Two Brothers Gaming Podcast. This is episode 56, and I'm here with Rollin.
Yeah, we're actually going to start getting to a role of uploading more again, since all the holidays have passed that are like really important, like Thanksgiving and all that. So
Right.
two a week constantly.
This is the goal.
Yeah, this is the goal for
Hopefully we can
get
stay consistent with it.
like that. Yeah, but you can go ahead and get into it.
All right. The Last of Us Part 2 Remaster ratings.
I don't have the actual numbers, but I do have a little thing here. So it says The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered has already jumped to the top of Metacritic's as 2024's best rated game, and it's not even out yet. That's crazy.
Yeah, it says, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Since it's already the top game for Metacritic as of this year.
Right. Which it is only the 19th of the year, but still pretty good.
But still, that is pretty good.
It is.
It says here, when you think about it, the second Last of Us game is a bit like Marmot. You either love it or you hate it. This is in our review of the remastered PlayStation exclusive. We gave it endless amounts of praise, even going as far as to say there's nothing bad about it whatsoever.
Wow.
So this is what, I don't know what your ratings are or whatnot, but
right.
They're saying it's probably close to an 8 to, I would say like an 8, 9 or 10, like around that mark.
Okay.
So 8 to 10, probably.
Okay. Yeah, so on Metacritic, it's still, the ratings are still going up. So when I first checked it, it was a 90, and then I checked it again. It's now sitting at a 91 with 76 positive, 3 mixed, and 1 negative. So
one person said, we don't like this game at all.
Yeah, you're always going to have people like that, though. You had people like that with Tears of the Kingdom, like, just to try to drop the score or whatever.
Like Spider-Man 2, too. Like,
exactly. Even if there's nothing wrong with the game, you'll still have people do stuff like that. But anyway, it's sitting at 91, which is pretty impressive. Like you said, the highest rated game so far this year. And, yes, I mean, not really much more to say on that. 91 on Metacritic. So pick it up.
Good.
All right, so we have new details for Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 Remaster.
Okay, so what I got here, Aspyr shared a ton of new information regarding the Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 Remastered collection. Like 1 through 3, not 1, 2, 3. That's what it says here. It says mostly about how the original gameplay and art has been revamped for the collection's release on February 14th, so Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Nice. It says here, the remastered Tomb Raider games will be available to purchase for PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and PC, so it's going to be on Switch. So
yeah, we'll see how it runs.
Yeah, it might not run the best. Who knows?
Unless they bring it cloud gaming.
Yeah, it says here, Tomb Raider 1 through 3 Remastered was first announced in September at the Nintendo Direct event. During this announcement, it was revealed that Aspyr was developing the collection. Aspyr specializes in porting games and has decades of experience doing so, and has even handled Tomb Raider 2's Mac OS port back in 1998. The collection's initial reveal included a short gameplay trailer that gave fans a small glimpse into what the remastered games would look like, but details otherwise remained hard to come by until now. Aspyr focused on 2 categories of gameplay and art to showcase the improvements coming to Tomb Raiders 1 through 3 Remastered Collection. On the gameplay side of things, the remastered games will introduce modern and classic control options, boss health bars, 3D item spite replacements, over 200 achievements.
Wow.
200 achievements. That's crazy.
Yeah. Pretty impressive.
A photo mode, and a few more surprises, it says. On the art side of things, the remastered titles were introduced real-time lighting effects, new models, modernized environments, and a graphic toggle to switch between modern and classic presentation. So if you want modern graphics, or you can have the classic, like from like the original Tomb Raiders, and whether or not.
Okay.
Also got here to implement the collection's art updates. Aspyr collaborated with Crystal Dynamics, the studio that develops modern Tomb Raider titles. In addition to the gameplay and art categories, Aspyr also outlined its engineering goals and focus on maintaining the original game's look and feel while tasteful updating them to satisfy today's gamers. So they're making it feel and look like the older games, but making it so
More
gamers
modernized.
today, more modernized. So gamers today won't have a problem with the graphics and whatnot. Also, it's also got one more thing here.
Okay.
As far as farther explained that Tomb Raiders 1 through 3 Remastered collection will keep Lara Croft's iconic original design, so like the green shirt and whatnot. The studio's newest update is the promising news for the Tomb Raiders fanatics who will get to replay the legendary titles of the with a modern polish while still experiencing how the original games were meant to be played. It seems that the remastered titles will cover many of the bosses Tomb Raider fans hoped they would, with modernized movement and better lighting being some of the more requested features. However, other requested improvements like a weapon wheel and more forgiving enemies have not been confirmed yet. But I feel like they'll probably add that and whatnot, maybe. So
yeah, probably. I'll see. Why not?
So that's a lot of stuff, with the art and the gameplay and whatnot and stuff like that. There's just a whole bunch of crap.
Right. Yeah.
It's really interesting, though.
I mean, they're good games. Really good games.
Yeah, they really are.
But just to recap everything, like Rylan said, it's going to come to PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and PC on the 14th of February, like around Valentine's Day. So about for your Valentine.
Yeah, if you know. Yeah, I mean,
if they're into that,
Valentine, just like get them Tomb Raider.
There you go. I mean, I'd appreciate that,
Yeah, I know, right?
And then it says that it will have enhanced environments, animations, textures, and VFX, like Ron said. So
what
lighting effects and new models for Lara and everything.
They're gonna have like the modern look, but the gameplay is gonna be the same as the older games. Like the movement and whatnot's gonna be the same as the old games, but they're gonna have more modern graphics. So,
so pretty good. And of course, we'll let you guys know the ratings and everything whenever that comes out. But
like always,
like always. Hopefully it's pretty good though. I'm kind of wanting to try it out myself.
Yeah, because I like the Tomb Raider games.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Most of them are pretty good games.
Yeah,
not all of them. Most of
them. The newer ones are good.
They're pretty. Yeah, they're decent.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. Ubisoft supports an all digital future.
I disagree with that.
Yeah, me too.
We were talking about how Game, last episode, the one we just recorded for this, that they were shutting down like the digital. I mean, not the digital, the physical copy.
Trade-ins stuff.
Yeah, the trade-ins and stuff. So they're going like full out digital and stuff also. With that. So what I got here is, just like with music and television, the gaming industry has slowly been shifting toward all digital future. For me, it's a sad time,
It is.
Because, I love having the physical copies.
I like collecting and everything. Just
like
seeing it, being able to see it. And if they decide for some reason in the future to discontinue that game, you can still play your physical cartridge or your physical disc. Like
it says something about that on what I have.
Okay.
So what I got here, as I said, just like with music and television, the game industry has slowly been shifting towards an all-digital future for some time now. Despite pushback from certain communities with concerns surrounding the preservation and ownership, unfortunately, it seems like the biggest publishers out there aren't concerned about the latter. As a Ubisoft executive recently stated that gamers need to get used to the feeling of not owning their games.
How do you feel about that quote right there? That we need to get used to not owning our games.
That's a bunch of bullcrap because, it's our games. We buy
We're
them.
buying them. We should own them, right? That's the entire point of buying them, so we can play them and own them.
That's stupid that it says.
Well, maybe Ubisoft should get used to players not buying their stuff anymore because they make sucky games now.
Yeah, the only good game they have that people play a whole lot is Rainbow Six Siege.
That's well, I mean,
and
Assassin's Creed. I mean, they haven't had a good one for a while.
Creed. Exactly. That's why I said modern.
Yeah. So I mean, Ubisoft just needs to get used to not getting any money because we're not going to buy their games. At least I'm not, because they don't make good ones anymore.
Yeah, they really don't.
And when they do make them, they're so full of microtransactions, nobody wants to play them because they just want your money.
Yeah.
So them saying that we need to get used to the feeling of not owning our games, no, that's bullcrap because I'm paying for it. I'm going to own it.
Yeah, exactly. What I got here also, it says this statement was made by Ubisoft's director of subscriptions, Philip Treble, who recently spoke to GamesIndustries.biz about the digital future of Ubisoft. The digital future and Ubisoft Plus. Specifically, Treble states that people eventually got comfortable without owning their CD or DVD collections. And he says it's going to be a similar shift in attitude, and it needs to happen in gamers. But movies are 10 times movies and CDs and stuff are different.
Renting movies is different than renting games, and your music, it's different because you can make a subscription like on Apple Music, but you also still have that option to buy the album if you want on Apple Music, and then you own it.
Exactly. You can do that with Spotify too,
right?
Other music platforms music, that's fine. Movies and stuff, that's fine. But games, video games in general, how do you sound if they want to delete the game?
Right. If they discontinue that game, you no longer have access to that game. If they shut down the servers or whatever, you're just gone. You wasted your money.
Exactly. But with
physical copies, you can just pop that disc in, put that cartridge in, and then there you go. You can play it.
Exactly.
Maybe offline, but you can still play it.
Yeah. Still, you play it and everything.
And the subscription to like Game Pass, I understand that. You don't own those games, but it's still an option. You don't have to do that to play those games. You can still buy those games. And when you have Game Pass, you get those games if you want to buy them. You get those at a discount.
Yeah, you do.
You can still buy all of those games on Game Pass. They're not locked on that subscription. So what Ubisoft's wanting to do is not even really put it in a subscription, just every single game. You're basically borrowing their game, even though you're paying full price for it. Even though you're paying $70 for it, you're borrowing it for a limited time. It may be 10 years or longer, but you're still limited time.
Yeah, because he said feeling of not owning the game.
Yeah.
Screw you, Philip Tremblay.
Yeah.
Also, that guy here, he goes to explain that not owning a game doesn't mean you're going to lose all your progress. Oh. And you're still good, and that you're still going to keep the time you invested in what you've built, even though you don't have a physical copy to stick to your shelf. Tremblay also says that he understands the gamer's perspective when it comes to owning games, but he claims that the services like Ubisoft Plus will allow them to access their games when you feel like it.
All right, so he said that it doesn't mean you'll lose your progress or anything.
Yeah.
What about so tell that to Call of Duty Warzone.
Yeah.
They shut it down. All that
And-
money and all those skins and everything you bought on that game, you can't access anymore because they shut it down. It's Warzone
like
2.0 now.
Say like Fortnite.
It shuts down.
It shuts down.
You
all
lose
your money.
all your V-Bucks, all your skins, everything you've ever bought is
Exactly.
gone. And you can't do anything about it. You can never play Fortnite again because there's not a
You won't
physical
get your
copy
money-
of it.
You won't get your money back either.
No. Well, that's gone. And
Exactly.
what Call of Duty should have done is transfer everything from Warzone to Warzone 2, but they knew that they would make more money if they didn't do that. Because people would buy stuff again.
What they did was they shut down Warzone, made Warzone 2, and now Warzone 3 is a thing.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And Warzone 2 it's been out less than a year.
Exactly, and they already produced Warzone 3.
Like,
I have one more thing here.
Okay.
You know, this guy,
he's making me mad right now.
I know, exactly. He's making me mad, and he's like, I'm just reading what he says.
This is the first time I've ever heard his name. Screw him.
Yeah, screw Tremblay. It says Tremblay's view on physical games isn't that shocking considering he's a director of subscriptions. Screw you. It says, but he doesn't leave out some concerns shared by many when it comes to subscription services. For starters, games actually do come and go on these services right now, with the most recent example being Grand Theft Auto 5 leaving Xbox Game Pass.
Right.
That's what we were saying, like Game Pass and stuff.
Right, but while it was in Game Pass, you had an option to buy it at a discount. Like you can still buy it on the Xbox store. Like you can still. So if you played it on Game Pass, just because it's off Game Pass doesn't mean you lose your progress. You can still buy it and pick up right where you left off. That's not an issue. The issue is if, say, GTA 5 just fully deleted off the game, you can't buy it anymore. Therefore, you lose everything. Now, if you still have like the disc version on the Xbox One or the 360, you can still play the GTA 5. No issue.
Yeah. You can still play GTA.
But if they no longer make physical games, there's no way to do that. You'll lose your progress. Yeah. You won't ever be able to play that game again.
Yeah, it says here, if you play games only via subscription services, you can easily lose access to certain titles on a regular basis.
So, exactly.
It also says here, secondly, games are pulled from online stores for one reason or another would mean they cease to exist in all digital future.
Yep, exactly.
Two high-profile examples of the original, here's some examples. The original Alan Wake and Ubisoft's very own The Crew both were pulled due to licensing issues, while the former eventually returned to digital storefronts thanks to recent remaster. The Crew can no longer be bought and will poof out in existence on March 31st of this year. So, that's what I mean. They can shut down games. They're shutting down The Crew.
Right. You lost all your access, lost everything.
Yeah, it said here, Alan Wake. They took that due to licensing issues. They can do that with any game digitally.
I know the biggest example that most people would know online is there was only a digital release of it was based off the movie Scott Pilgrim versus the World or whatever.
Yeah.
That was a digital only game and people loved that game. Like they said, it was really, I've never played it personally, but a lot of people online said it was a really good game. And then all of a sudden,
they just
licensing issues, they took it down and nobody could ever play it because it was never a physical copy. And then eventually years later, they brought it back. But for years, people could not play that game. Everything they have done, progress was lost. That's the biggest example online that I've seen is that game. Because if it's only digital, if they take it down, you can't access it anymore.
Yeah, you can't access it anymore. It's like, say, again, as I said, they shut down Fortnite. You lose everything. How it happened with Warzone.
You lose it.
multiple games.
All that
like,
money. I mean, people spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on
exactly.
these games.
Dude.
Yeah.
Thousands
And
even.
just what that's wasted, because eventually you're not going to have access to that anymore. Because, I mean, no game really, I mean,
lasts forever.
Right. Eventually they're going to move on. The server, I mean, yeah, they can update the servers, but eventually if they don't, like, the servers are going to get old. They're going to shut them down and just maybe make a sequel and just forget about it. Like,
yeah. That's.
But I just hate to see all these. I hate to see physical games go away.
Because, you know, you can't access any
just
like lost progress, say, if online, like everything like that.
It sucks, because
it really
that's how it's going. That's where it's going. Like we've kind of talked about this several times before, but it just keeps coming up.
Yeah.
And that just shows how close we are to games not being physical anymore. Because they want to get rid of it because it costs them money to make physical games. If they just made digital only, it wouldn't cost them any money. They could just put it on their storefront and buy it there. That's fine.
Yeah.
But it costs them money to make the physical games, the physical disc, physical cartridges, the chips and everything. It costs them money, and they want to do away with that as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So maybe starting next gen, maybe there won't be any more disc slots on
we were talking about like the
PS6 and the next Xbox. Maybe there won't be any disc drives at all. There won't be an option. Like at the beginning of this generation, there's a digital for both, and then there's a physical for both. But maybe next gen we won't get that option. And it's already kind of reported that the Switch 2 will have a cartridge slot, which I'm sure they probably will.
Yeah.
But it's not guaranteed, because Nintendo hasn't even released it.
Yeah. I think Nintendo, they're going to keep the physical copies and stuff.
Nintendo.
That's Nintendo.
Yeah.
But Sony and Microsoft, they're probably going to cut full ties with physical games.
I would say
in general, in the next 3 years or so, physical copies will no longer exist.
Yeah, it sucks.
Which sucks. It really does suck.
But that's where games are going, though.
This topic makes you mad.
It does. Yeah, it's aggravating.
Yeah. Yeah, it is, because I love physical copies of like the games and everything. All the memories. You look at the
right. That's a big thing too, is the memories. Like you look at it and you keep it for years, and then you can look back on it and remember who you played it with and what, just everything.
Like cherish those like nostalgic memories and stuff with you,
Right. And that like I look at my copy of Wind Waker. I remember playing it with Carter when we were little. I remember my granddad playing it. He's the one that got me into Zelda, really. It was my granddad. He loves Zelda. So, I just remember all that. And then, copy of Smash Bros. Melee. I remember me, Carter, Colin, all playing together. Colby, even when he was little. Just Super Mario Sunshine, different ones.
Just like all those games, like you get that, like you just you see the case.
And I have all my childhood copies, so I just remember everything that copy's been through, like who all's played it in my family. And it just brings back so many good memories. And you have a digital copy that you don't really.
Yeah, you just won't be the same. Like, oh, yeah, it's like if you hold, like, or you see,
you hold it like you're going through your collection one day. You just want to get it out and look at it.
And then like that memory just pops up in your head.
Yeah.
And then like just like a digital copy, you just look at the game.
Like the closest thing we can get to that with digital gaming is if we print off every single receipt, and put it in a drawer or whatever. Exactly. That's not the same.
I remember when this came out.
Yeah.
It's not the same because
it's not.
You're holding that case or cartridge or whatnot, and just like everything just pops up like back.
It does.
You just remember everything.
Yeah.
Same with like consoles and stuff. How like
exactly.
You look at that, you remember everything. Like
right.
That's why I'm keeping my console.
Right. People trade them in and sell them stuff. I don't like that. I do.
Yeah.
I like remembering. Like that black GameCube right there, that's my childhood GameCube. Like, I will never get rid of that. I will never mod that console. I wanted to keep it original, like it was when I was little. Like the orange one there, I bought, and I've modded it, whatever. But my childhood stuff, for the most part, I won't mod. Which I did mod my childhood PSP, but it's not a mod, a physical mod. Like, it still looks stock and everything.
Yeah, you added like different like PlayStation
emulators and stuff. Yeah, right.
Yeah. So you didn't mess it up.
And you can always go back to the original if you want. Just delete the mod off there, and it's back. It's not a physical mod.
Exactly. So you can have it like that.
But like with the GameCube, it's all physical mods, so that's why I don't want to do it with my childhood GameCube. But we could continue forever on this, but we'll go ahead and move on. The Xbox Developer Direct results. We announced, talked about it being announced last week, so we're talking about the results this week.
Okay, and calm down a little bit after
last being topic, upset, get you going.
Yeah, but last topic until our opinion one.
Yeah,
let's see here. We officially kicked off the 2024 game announcements thanks to Xbox Developer Direct Stream. Microsoft confirmed that the showcase would feature segments of 4 key Xbox titles, specifically the review for Machine Games' Indiana Jones game. I can't wait for that.
That's awesome.
That sounds awesome. I know, that sounds awesome. It's like Indiana Jones.
Yeah, good movies.
The movies are good.
Mm-hmm.
And like, just imagine a game where you're like being chased by that boulder and you like imagine the feeling of that. That would be awesome. And it says here, Senua's Sega Hellblade 2, Aura History Untold, and Avowed.
Yeah.
It says here, and it delivered plus one other cheeky surprise. It says, let's recap everything announced. Here's the direct. Here's everything that was announced. Obsidian's new RPG Avowed, which sets fall of 2024 release window. That's going to be the release around fall. Avowed shows off polished combat in a new footage that looks like an improved Skyrim. Skyrim, it was a really good game.
It was.
And it says here, complete with guns and loadouts. It's not just hack and slash. So like how Skyrim was hack and slash.
Like,
there's gonna be guns.
Kind of like medieval kind of weapons, but this one's going to have guns and more modern weapons.
Yeah, it says here, Hellblade 2 is officially 4 months away. So it's going to release around April, May-ish, or something like that.
Let's see here. May 21st.
Yeah, around May. Yeah, it says here, Hellblade 2's brutal combat should make you feel like the hero struggle in everyday step of her journey. And Hellblade 2 is going to be $50 digital only.
See?
It says here, and about 8 hours long to complete the game.
See, digital only.
Yeah, so no physical copy.
You got to print off your receipt if you wanted something physical.
Oh,
I remember when I bought this. Just the memories there.
Hellblade 2, right?
Printing off this receipt.
I remember getting that. It was such a good game. Isn't it okay? Moving on here. Visions of Mana reveals summer release date. Is it's the surprise Xbox Direct appearance. Aura History Untold. It's gonna also come in fall. I also got here Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is out this year. Looks like a first-person Uncharted with Wolfenstein combat and more Nazis. Indiana Jones and Great Circle is set between the stories of Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade. Todd Howard says he's been sitting on everything about Indiana Jones game forever. From what Indy was going after to the arc he was going to have. So it's a little thing there.
Yeah.
But there was quite a bit at the direct and
Yeah,
everything.
a lot
A
of
whole bunch of game
good first
announcements.
party
Yeah.
titles here.
Hellblade, it sounds fun. And everything like that. And
Right.
Indiana Jones. Those are the two games I'm looking forward for because I love an Indiana Jones because it's gonna be
Yeah.
like Uncharted and
Right.
like
And
Tomb
they were
Raider.
good games on,
It's
the
probably gonna be a
PlayStation
mix
stuff.
between. Yeah, it's
Right.
probably gonna be a mix kind of between Tomb Raider and
Yeah,
Uncharted.
exactly. Like Tomb Raider and Uncharted. That's kind of what
Yeah,
I thought too.
because they're both like treasure type games,
Right.
like so that's gonna be awesome. Like that Indiana Jones game, I
Yeah.
can't wait for it.
Yeah, so kind of just a recap. Avowed is launching fall 2024 on Xbox Series, PC, Cloud, and joining Game Pass on day one.
And the Avowed game,
Yeah.
also.
Sinua's Saga Hellblade 2 launching May 21st on Xbox Series, PC, Cloud, and also joining Game Pass on day one. Visions of Mana launching summer 2024 on Xbox Series and PC. It will not be coming to Game Pass day one. Aura History Untold launching fall 2024 on PC only, and also joining PC Game Pass on day one. And then Indiana Jones and the Great Circle launching 2024 Xbox Series and PC, joining Game Pass on day one. So, like Brown said, obviously Indiana Jones, Hellblade, and Avowed probably. I mean, even maybe Visions of Mana too as well.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know,
but
I'm really excited for that Indiana Jones.
Yeah, that's
game.
definitely the top.
That's the one that's like
everybody's excited for that game.
Exactly.
People were upset kind of that or kind of confused more than upset that it's a first person. But a lot of people thought if it was third person, it would be more of Uncharted.
Yeah,
instead of its own kind of thing.
I get what they're coming from. But maybe okay, so there's this parkour game called Mirror's Edge. You've probably heard of it. You've probably played it or whatnot. It might be kind of like that, where you're in first person whatnot, and you're gonna have to go over some obstacles and whatnot like that, get away from like people, like bad guys or whatnot.
Yeah.
And remember the boulder.
Yeah.
I'm guessing they made it first person also to make you feel like you're actually like Indiana Jones.
Right. Yeah, that helps too.
Make you feel like you're like him, like running away from crab, finding the treasures yourself. Yeah.
Right.
It's
yeah.
like to get that first person experience.
Right.
So I kind of get why they did that, but it would be cool if they would have had a third person, like say first person,
like an option.
Yeah, like if you want to play in third person, you can. If you want to play in first person, again, you can.
Yeah.
You can just pick. Like they should have made it like a button or something, like the
or just the settings or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. But
like I said, I think it's kind of like they were afraid that it would feel more like an Uncharted game or a Tomb Raider game than its own game if they made it third person, because both of those games are third person. So this way, it kind of stands out.
Yeah, true. So I do get why they did that and everything.
I mean, either way, I'm really looking forward to it. And I think it's going to be a good game.
I don't care if it's third person or first person.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter to me.
Fun.
Like either way, it's going to be the same adventure, so to say.
The Indiana Jones movies are amazing. Like they're really good movies.
Yeah.
And then a game that's
pretty cool.
Something else.
All right, we'll move on here since we are talked about Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
What's your experience with the Tomb Raider series?
I've played. It was one of the newer games. I haven't really played. I didn't really get to play like the original
ones. Like well, now you can get on, Valentine's Day. You can get the remaster or the first three.
But I played one of the newer ones. This was in 2020. It was really fun. Like I liked it a lot. The adventure based and all that.
Right.
The action and all stuff like that.
And it kind of reminds you of like the button presses, like for certain things, like God of War kind of.
Yeah. It really does. I really liked my experience playing. I don't remember which Tomb Raider it was. It was one of the most recent ones.
There's a lot of them out now.
I know, but I don't remember. which one, because it was on like Game Pass or something like that, and I got it.
Yeah.
But it was really fun. I did have a really good experience with that. I hope, I'm gonna try out the trilogy
Okay.
that's coming out.
All right.
Most likely, so I might do a review on that on my channel or whatnot.
Yeah, there you go. Gives you guys something to look forward to.
Yeah, so keep a lookout for that. Maybe I'll do it. I don't know. But yeah, I had a really good experience with that game. It was fun. I can say that.
Okay. Yeah, so I did play the first Tomb Raider on the PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun. I didn't play the second or third one, and then I later came back. I think it was Rise of the Tomb Raiders, one of the new ones that I played. And then there was another one because they were free on the Epic Game Store a couple years ago, so I picked a couple of them up.
Yeah.
So I think it was Rise of the Tomb Raider, which was pretty good, and then there was another. I cannot remember what it's called. It's Tomb Raider or something, obviously. But I enjoy the series. Like I said, not all of them's been good, but the first one was good, and then the most recent ones that I played, the Rise of the Tomb Raider and the other one's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they got, great graphics and everything.
I mean, yeah,
They look
especially
real.
the newer ones.
Right.
They look really realistic.
They do. Obviously the first one didn't look great because it's on the original PlayStation, but
yeah, it was on the PS1. So
yeah.
What do you expect?
Right.
But now it's crazy how realistic it looks.
Right. Yeah, it's a good series. So if you guys haven't tried the Tomb Raider games, definitely pick up this trilogy on February 14th.
I highly recommend, picking up that trilogy, and
or
maybe trying
even the newer ones. Like
games. Yeah,
you can get them pretty cheap online, and sometimes, like I said, you can find them free on the Epic Game Store.
And also,
other places.
You can find like really good deals off. They could be like 10, maybe $20.
Right.
It just depends.
They're not too expensive usually.
Yeah. So if you want to, go ahead and pick up the trilogy on Valentine's Day, or a little bit later, of course. You can get it whenever.
Right. And they just released on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, and then if you guys want to get the newer games, some of the newer games, try it out. Try it.
Yeah. All right, guys, that's all the topics we have. Thanks for watching or listening. Remember, you can always watch us live on Kick and YouTube. Yeah. And then just interact with us, chat with us on Kick, and we'll, talk to you while we're online. No problem. You can subscribe or follow us on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, in our personal Twitch, YouTube, and Kick accounts. Our podcast Discord channel.
Yeah.
Join us there. Mm-hmm. Come hang out, chat. Our Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Our merch on Redbubble and Printify. If you want custom merch, you can DM us on Discord and Instagram.
Yeah.
Rylan, do you have anything?
As Ashton said, follow our socials, join our Discord. We're going to do a movie night when we hit 30 members also.
Right. So invite your friends.
On Discord. So, yeah, invite your friends, family, whatever.
Yeah, I don't care who it is, as long as we get 30.
Yeah. Follow our personal YouTube, Twitch, Kick. Follow my Instagram and whatnot. Sashin doesn't use Instagram.
Not really.
Follow all our podcast socials, link in the description. Our personal stuff's in the description also.
Yep.
And yeah, that's really all I have to say. Just, thanks for listening. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you in the next episode.